What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's episode of The Sports Sermon. We are brought to you by Scooch, the most functional phone case on the market. Check out ScoochCase.com to get yours today and use the code SPORTS18, sports with a Z, of course, to get a 10% discount on your order. Stay tuned till the end for a special Scooch giveaway as well. But now, today's episode.
Hello and welcome inside the Sports Sermon. I am Dylan Staggy here today with Jason Gandhi and Dan Majors. And as you can tell by the title, today we are talking about the Washington Redskins for another one of our NFL team previews. So the Redskins a season ago finished 7-9, missed out on the playoffs, and had a pretty injury-riddled season. But then in the offseason, they made a big move at the quarterback position, trading away Kirk Cousins, or not trading away, they lost him in free agency. They traded for Alex Smith, and now they are looking to have a bounce-back year and try to make the playoffs. They like their chances better with him. But let's talk about the trade. Do you think the Redskins are better or worse with Alex Smith instead of Kirk Cousins?
So I think they're the same. Like, they're not going to get much better, they're not going to get much worse, and that's just because how it all came together. Smith has a more talented running back than Kirk Cousins had with Darius Geis, and he won't mess things up. But Cousins is a better quarterback, in my opinion. Smith fits really well with the Redskins, so I loved the move. But it doesn't launch them into a definite playoff team because they got Alex Smith. They also aren't going to be like I keep wanting to say lottery pick, a top 10 pick because they got him. Like, I think it's going to keep them about the same because of the situation the team is in. But I think if I had to pick who's a better quarterback, Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's a solid replacement, and he'll probably give about the same production, but the way I look at it, I just don't understand the contract. I mean, they still wound up giving Smith nearly as much guaranteed money, where Smith is getting $71 million while Cousins getting $84. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Smith also has another year to get that guaranteed money instead of Kirk Cousins, who's on a 3-year deal instead of 4. But still, I mean, guaranteed money is definitely the only thing that matters in the NFL anyway. But I think that Alex Smith makes the Redskins better. I think he has less arm talent than Cousins, but he will turn the ball over less. And I think he can do more with less on the roster. I mean, last year, Kirk Cousins didn't have a lot of great weapons to work with around him. I think that Alex Smith can be a better game manager with that talent. Also, less distractions off the field. With the contract situation, they got him locked up right away. So I think overall it was a good move, and the Redskins will be better off for it. But let's talk about those weapons. Have the Redskins surrounded Alex Smith with enough pieces to be successful this year?
Not fully, but they're getting there. I think Jamison Crowder and Darius Geis will be Smith's best friends. They fit perfectly alongside him. It depends on Jordan Reed's health. But really, the biggest question mark for me is the wide receiver 2 position. Does Josh Doxson own it, who got hurt today in training camp with a shoulder injury? Is it Paul Richardson? I don't know. I think they're getting there. Alex Smith has played with a lot less, like you just talked about, and I think he's better at that, like you also mentioned. But for me, his offense is getting there, and it's just a matter of, honestly, situation. Like, this is a bad time to be an NFC average team because what we've talked about in every other NFC podcast, the NFC is loaded. You know what I'm talking about? Like, This sucks for the Redskins. Like, this team, I don't know. I don't think this is crazy to say in the AFC they'd be fighting for a playoff spot.
Wait, if Josh Doxson's fighting for the number 2 spot, who's number 1?
Jamison Crowder. Jamison Crowder is, going to be Alex Smith's best friend. I love Jamison Crowder this year. I think he's going to have a heck of a season. I think he will be the 3rd best receiver in this division. I think he's better than anybody the Cowboys have. I think he won't be that far off from Alshon Jeffrey.
I think he's a good slot receiver, but I would not like him as my number 1 receiver.
I mean, if I didn't have Alex Smith, I agree. But think about who's Alex Smith successful with. He's successful as quick, speedy guys that can get in and out of their routes. Tyreek Hill. Go back to the San Francisco days. Who was their guy they had? It was Vernon Davis at the tight end, but then they had
Torrey Smith?
No, before that. It was I can't think of his name. It'll come back to me later. Like when we're on the Eagles, I'll talk to you about it probably. But yeah, I mean, I think Jamison Crowder is a perfect fit with Alex Smith. That's the thing. When you look at Alex Smith, he fits in perfectly with this offense. I don't think we can really debate that. He loves tight ends. He's got Jordan Reed, an ex-teammate in Vernon Davis. He needs a good running back. He's got Darius Geis. Like, this team fits really well around Alex Smith. It's just a bad time to be in the NFC.
Yeah, I thought the Paul Richardson signing was all right, but, I mean, he won't make a really big impact. But the Darius Geis pick, though, I thought was very solid. I think he'll make an immediate impact. I was really high on him last year in college. I think I had him as my Heisman pick last year. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I think he translates well to the NFL, too. But also look for Josh Dodson to have a breakout year. I really like him.
Really? Like, breakout, like, how big a breakout? Like, breakout as like a number one, like, top 15 receiver, or, like, breakout is no one's really expecting to do anything, and he's...
Right, like, no one's expecting... No, I don't think he's a top receiver in the league.
He's from TC, right? He's that guy?
TC,
Yeah. He drafted in, like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Second round, I think.
No, his first round was like pick 22. It was like a stretch of 3 receivers: Will Fuller, him, and somebody else. And I can't remember who it was. That's how I was trying to talk about. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go back to what I said for the first question. I think Smith does more with less. I think he's going to put you in a position to win football games because of that. I think it's a bigger question, though, whether the defense can hold up well enough for Alex Smith to just be a game manager in this offense, because I think last year was a bit of a fluke, him throwing for 4,000 yards. I don't think he's going to do that with these weapons, with this offense, but I think he's going to be a solid game manager with these pieces. For me, it's whether the defense can be healthy. A lot of these guys are unproven and have struggled with injuries throughout their careers so far. If they can, I think they have enough talent, but for me, it's more of a question. I think Alex Smith will do his job, whether the defense can do theirs.
I feel like I want to ask you guys this question. What do you expect from Alex Smith this season? Like,
same production as Cousins has had, really.
Not anything better, not anything worse. Just,
I think a little. Cousins really aired it out. He made some stupid throws. He made some tight throws that he probably shouldn't have. He had 13 picks a year ago, and he would always.
What were Smith's numbers? Do you have those?
4,000, just over 4,000 yards, 25 around touchdowns. I think 5 picks.
That's it.
Yeah,
I think he'll have more interceptions.
I
think he'll have like 8. Probably. I think he'll be like 18 and 8.
Yeah, and I think that'll end up being better for the Redskins than Kirk Cousins will, because he really just didn't have the weapons to be able to do that kind of offense.
Kirk Cousins is a perfect fit for like a super uber talented receiver. Like, put him on the Giants, he's gonna ball like a number one guy. Like, he needs a star receiver, and those guys are gonna have a heyday because he can just launch that ball deep. Where Alex Smith gets his role guys, and he's.
All right, so the Redskins secondary lost some big pieces this offseason. Sua Cravens, Kendall Fuller, Bashad Breeland. How do they rebound from this?
This is a hard question for me because I like their defense, and the problem is I feel like every defense I look at, besides like 5 teams, I'm like, oh, they could be really good. Like, it's hard to pick out a bad defense before you see them play, and like that probably sounds stupid, but like I feel like every defense looks good on paper. You look at this team; they have Josh Norman, who's still a top cornerback in the league. They have Jonathan Allen, Mason Foster, Zach Brown, Ryan Kerrigan, and DJ Swearinger. Jonathan Allen, Mason Foster, both played only like 6 games. Ryan Kerrigan's still a stud. Zach Brown getting re-signed is a huge deal. And DJ Swearinger's still a great guy in the secondary, along with the top cornerback in Josh Norman. Like, if you put Kendall Fuller on this team, I know you can. If you put him on this team, that's a heck of a defense. But Josh Norman's getting older. Jonathan Allen is only a second-year player. And so I get worried, but I think I like this defense more than most, but I definitely am not taking it to the bank by any means. It's hard for me to really evaluate defenses without seeing them play.
Yeah, I don't think they rebound with these losses. I think they really take a step back.
Who do you think was the biggest loss, real fast? I think it was Kendall Fuller, for me.
Yeah, I agree. But,
Dylan?
Yeah, I'm also with you on Fuller. Probably should not have traded him away for Alex Smith.
Cap space wise, and to get a guy like Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins is gone. They think they can compete. It is what it is. I think.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
I'm not a big fan of Josh Norman. He had 0 picks a year ago. He was rated the number 48 cornerback by Pro Football Focus. They got Orlando Scandrick, who was 108 last year. Those guys both have to have bounce back years this year. And really, this defense is just unproven all around. However, the front seven has enough talent to be great between Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. Both of those guys will be basically playing in their first year since Allen really struggled with injuries a year ago. And then they've got some other solid pieces at the linebacking core and Preston Smith, Mason Foster, Zach Brown, Ryan Kerrigan. I think the safety position is also unproven. I don't see it from the secondary, but I think the Redskins defense could.
Do you like Orlando Scandrick?
Not really. I mean, he's definitely getting older, and last year, I mean, he was the 108th cornerback by Pro Football Focus.
Okay, Pro Football Focus makes me want to punch somebody sometimes. They're stupid stats. Like, that's fine. I'm not saying this is a bad stat. I'm saying in general.
He definitely was nowhere near good.
He wasn't, like, fantastic. He was fine. But I just mean, like, in general. Like, I hate Pro Football Focus. They, like, have these stupid, obscure stats, and people take it like it's the most important stat ever. Like, who cares? Like, I don't know. I think Pro Football Focus just gets so old. Like, just look at who's the best cornerbacks, and that's all I care about, and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah. I don't know. I think this defense has a lot of question marks, but I don't know. Do you think this is kind of a sleeper team that could surprise people, or not really?
I think possibly. I mean, they just don't have that superstar talent right now. Yeah. There's nowhere that I look, and I'm like...
But what if Darius Geis has a Kareem Hunt kind of season?
I mean, Alex Smith also has to have a Alex Smith last year type of season.
And someone has to have a Tyreek Hill, and yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, a lot of things just have to happen right for the Redskins for me. But let's talk about, I want to hear your guys' record prediction, their place in the division, and whether the Redskins make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I have them third in the division. They don't make the playoffs, and I have them at 7-9. They have a really early bye week. And why do I care about the early bye week? Because that's important because they will be playing 13 straight games after that. And this is a team that has to worry about injuries. Who is the number one guy you think of when it thinks about injuries? Jordan Reed. That dude is so good when he's not hurt. And they have guys like Mason Foster, Jonathan Allen, that I talked about earlier. Like, health is a huge deal for this team, and having an early bye week scares me. So 7-9.
Yeah, 7-9. Okay, yeah, I have 7-9 also, third in the division, and do not make the playoffs.
I'm going to say 6-10 for the Redskins. Fourth in the division. I think they're the fourth best team right now, and I just don't see how they could make the playoffs this year. But it is only August, so a lot of things could change by January.
Yeah, and I don't know. I am really excited for the NFC, including these Redskins teams, because they're not going to be a playoff team, but just a team that's like I said, does Alex Smith go in? I don't know their schedule off the top of my head, but do they go in against a playoff team in Week 14 that needs this game to win, and this Redskins team upsets them? Where's that schedule going? Yeah, a team like Jacksonville. They're going for home field advantage. They just came off with a hot win there, whatever, and then they lose. Or Tennessee fighting for a wild card. Or Philadelphia. Those are their last 3 games. This is a team I like to upset them. And just I think they could ruffle some feathers this year.
Yeah, I feel like the NFC East, it seems like every year just has the most storylines.
And the most like they could win the division or just be so 4-12. Yeah. I mean,
I think this year it's a little bit more defined for me with the Eagles. I think,
but still, I mean, we disagreed on the Cowboys and Giants.
Yeah, I think they're a step behind the Eagles, though.
Yeah, the Eagles obviously Super Bowl contenders. We all have them in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, this is just a team I think you got to keep your eye on.
All right, any last thoughts on the Washington Redskins?
No, I don't think so.
All right,
Shout out DC.
Yeah, that's all we've got for today's episode. Make sure you go subscribe to our channel on either YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and then follow us on Twitter too, at the Sports Sermon, Sports with a Z, of course, to get notified whenever we have a new NFL team preview up. All the NFC East should be out as of now. We have the whole AFC done, and we're going to work on the rest of the NFC very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Check out that playlist. I know that you guys probably just want to binge on the NFL. It's all on a playlist. Check out the college football. That's something that we take a lot of pride in college football. Dan here is an absolute college football guru. He dives all the way in. Trust me, this dude can tell you about any FCS team that you could ask about. So definitely check out those. NBA, we all love that. And then fantasy football. Who doesn't love fantasy? We get into all of that and more. We really dive into everything that we feel you guys want to listen to. So check out all those playlists and more. But Dylan, talk about Scooch for us.
Yeah, so if you listened to the intro, you heard about the Scooch contest from Jason. If you comment on this video or subscribe to our channel, you will be entered into a free contest for the Scooch Wingman.
Yeah, you get to the end of the month. You have until August 30th, so make sure you go comment and subscribe. It's a new month, new day, so make sure you do that. Free Scooch case. We all love Scooch. We all are wearing one right now. It's what we use for literally everything we do. Our phone case is crucial to all of our lives, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got for today, and we will be back very soon with some more NFL team previews.